Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So today I've got a Kobe Bryant build for you, so make sure he's a shooting guard and we'll move on to the body settings. So we all know Kobe was 6'6", so we're going to make sure the height's 6'6". In terms of the weight, we're going to drop the weight down to 184, which is just above the minimum. So that's just to push a bit of finishing up, the post control up to 85, which is important. Now for the wingspan, we're going to push that to 7 foot as well, which just helps on defense as well as a bit of finishing, boosting those caps. Body shape's up to you. It really doesn't matter. I just picked solid for this build. Now for the attributes, we're going to push close shot to 60. Now for guards, it would be handy to have close shot really high. Kobe was really great at, getting opponents in the air and weaving around and finishing in close. But just for the attribute points, the layout I just couldn't push close shot up too high. So just 60 for this build. In terms of driving layup, we are going to only put that to 75 as well. Now, as a guard, you probably don't want to be using layups too much. You want to be trying to dunk, particularly on the game. If I was making a realistic Kobe Bryant build, of course, this would be higher. But just for the game, it's not really a must to have driving layup really high. But you do get the slithery finishes silver with the 75 driving layup. Now for driving dunk, we are going to push that to 85. That's just to unlock the pro contact dunks at 84, as well as an extra badge point at 85 and the contact alley-oops as well. Now for post control, we are going to put that to 85. We all know when Kobe got a bit older, he did it. Sort of copied Jordan in this respect. He became really lethal in the post. So we want to get those Hall of Fame post moves. It can be a really great point of difference for a guard to have really great post moves, because most other guards aren't going to have post defensive badges. So you can really abuse them, particularly on the park. Now for shooting, we are going to push mid-range shot to 89. Kobe was a sniper in the mid-range, and he was a little bit better shooter, just because the three was more prevalent in his day than guys like Michael Jordan, which he modeled his game off. So we're going to max out both mid-range and three-point shot. For free throw, we're just going to chuck that to 84. I just had some attribute points left to get it to 84, which is a great rating for free throw. Now for playmaking, I would have loved to have got pass accuracy to 85, but with the attributes for Kobe Bryant, I couldn't quite get it that high. And we all know he wasn't much of a playmaker anyway. He did average a fair few assists. I think it's around 5, which is pretty decent for a volume shooter. But just for this particular build, we're just going to get to 70 just to unlock that silver bullet passer. So you only get the silver bullet passer, but just make sure you're really careful with those passes. In terms of ball handle, we are going to push that to 85. So you will have a really high ball handle with the build. And speed with ball, we're going to push to 83. So your playmaking is going to be pretty decent. You're going to be able to do a lot of dribble moves with the 85 dribble ball handle. So you should be able to create your own shot pretty effectively. Now for defense, we are going to push perimeter defense to 94 to get the Hall of Fame clamps. Kobe was a perennial all-defensive first-team member. He's particularly great, a spectacular defender. Most players will argue that he was one of the hardest players to score on. So we definitely want perimeter defense up really high. As well as steal. We're going to push steal to 96. You will have Hall of Fame pickpocket with this build. Because Kobe was really great at getting steals as well. He averaged around 2 steals a game for his career. So we definitely want that really high. And he also was capable of blocking shots as well. And to get block on a guard is really handy because it does affect closeouts on jump shooters. Not the block rating itself, but Intimidator does affect jump shots. And you do need block to unlock that. So we do get Intimidator Silver, which is really handy to have. Now for physicals, we are going to push both speed and acceleration to 84. That's a pretty decent speed for a 6'6" player. You can only get it to 87 anyway, so it's only 3 points below the max anyway, and acceleration is only 1 below, so it's not a huge drop off. You will still be pretty quick. We're not going to touch strength. For vertical, we are going to push that to 75 just to unlock those contact dunks, etc. And stamina, we're just going to chuck the rest on stamina for 90 stamina. And that's the build. So in total you have 20 finishing, 29 shooting, 24 playmaking and 19 defensive badges. For a total of 92 badges for this Kobe Bryant build. You know, it's similar to Jordan. It doesn't have the elite contact dunks that my Jordan build had, which I'll link up there. It's got better shooting, similar playmaking, similar defense, is a little bit quicker. But the main difference being that it's better shooting from the perimeter. So the trade-off between the two builds is that it doesn't have the elite contact dunks, it doesn't quite finish as well, but it's got better perimeter shooting. So that's the difference. Still a great build. This Kobe Bryant build is still an absolute lethal scorer. Now for the takeovers, just pull up precision. That was Kobe's game. Really great in the mid-range. And then extreme clamps, you know, he was a really great defender as well. So I thought those two were the most appropriate. So as you can see, you've made a two-way shot creator with shades of Devin Booker, Paul George and Desmond Bain. Definitely got, you know, a better version of Devin Booker's offense. And, you know, almost you could argue a better version of Paul George's defense as well. So those two mixed together would definitely be a Kobe Bryant. But we'll take a look at the badges. So for finishing, it's really up to how you want to play. If I was making a Kobe Bryant build, I definitely want back down Punisher and drop stepper, just for the post moves, because you will be playing in the post. You know, Kobe Bryant was a really great post player. Limitless takeoff because he was quite athletic. We definitely want the post riser and the slithery finisher. In terms of the other ones, you could definitely put unstrippable on just to help not get steals, not to get the ball stolen, sorry. And then the other ones, you know, fast twitch could be handy just to activate, you know, those shots around the rim. If you get a late backdoor pass, you can still get that shot off pretty quickly. And then with the 5 badge points left, you can always upgrade things, but those would be the badges I would look at. Now for shooting, I think for a Kobe Bryant build, you definitely want Deadeye. You know, he was really good at just shooting in opponents' faces, and just no matter what you could do, he could still hit that shot. Green Machine, once he got hot, it was really hard to stop, you know. He only shot 45% for his career, but when he got rolling, he was incredibly difficult to stop. Slippery off ball just to help move around the court, it's just great as well. You know, you got Sniper there, you know, definitely hot zone hunter. You know, Kobe Bryant definitely had spots around the court that he liked to attack. It wasn't great off to catch and shoot, but that is there, you could definitely put that on. Fade ace, definitely. For Kobe Bryant, you'd almost want to put that gold or Hall of Fame. That was his one wood. He was really great in the post. Limitless spot up, definitely. And then the other ones, you know, circus threes, you know, particularly in clutch, he could just pull up from anywhere. Didn't matter if it was a mid-range or 3-point shot. You know, blinders for Kobe, definitely. You know, I know Hall of Fame is the only sort of level of blinders you want on the game, but for Kobe Bryant, you'd probably want something like that. Lucky sevens there, you know, but in reality, you want clutch shooter Hall of Fame. So, you know, you may want to drop blinders off because it's not worth it, and put clutch shooter Hall of Fame because he was incredibly clutch. In terms of playmaking, you know, he wasn't a great playmaker, but, you know, bullet passer, you probably want the shot creating ones, you know, quick chains there, unpluckable, quick first step, you know, glue hands just to help, as it's just a great badge. You know, handles for days, space creator, tight handles, they're all great badges to have. Downhill to help on fast breaks. And you still got 2 more. Stop and go might be a handy badge to have, dribbling around the court as well. Now on defense, he was a really great defender, so you definitely want Clamps Hall of Fame. That's why we have it there. Pick dodges there, you could definitely put that gold. You know, pickpocket gold, and you still got 6 left. You know, tireless defender, bronze, because he just never let up on defense no matter what. You do have a block rating, so it'd be good to have chase down artist. You do have Intimidator there, so you can always put that bronze and then put Interceptor gold. So that could be a really effective layout on defense to make you an absolute menace and such a pest for other offensive players. All in all, that's the build. I hope you've enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a really great day.